Welcome back, everybody, to Chicago Cubs Baseball. This is Mr. Rom, and we're back here with episode number 10 of the Chicago Cubs franchise. We kick the series back and revive it with some gameplay as the Chicago Cubs have two series at home today, as we'll start off against the Los Angeles Dodgers, a team that's going to be a hard one to jump back up against. But we'll see how the Cubs do. If you're excited for this series returning, make sure you drop that like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. It'll be Marcus Stroman taking them out to Chicago here today, making his 7th start of the season. He got a 4.86 ERA, not living up to standards as the former Met, but we're hoping that he can get back on track here today. Starting off for the Dodgers, it'll be Trey Turner, who's first in the National League with his 11 stolen bases to this point. He's got a 1-2 pitch and hits it right over to first base, where it will be put away for the first out of the day. And we'll take a look at this Los Angeles Dodgers lineup. See Turner next up. We'll see Mookie Betts followed by Freddie Freeman, the newest Los Angeles Dodger. Then we got Max Muncy, Justin Turner, Will Smith, Cody Bellinger, Chris Taylor, who's 8 for 37, a little bit of a downward slump, still hitting over 300. And then at left field it'll be Gavin Lux. Here's Mookie Betts up next, in 350 on the season. The former 2018 AL MVP has a single into right field that beats the shift. He's on first base now for Freddie Freeman, who chops over to first. This one's going to go to second, but no, it's going to be thrown into the outfield. An E3 trying to turn a double play. Instead, runners on second and third with one out. This is mistakes you can't make against the Dodgers. Nick Schwindel just completely missed the target. The Stroman does come back striking out Muncy, so that'll be the second out of the inning. And then Justin Turner up next will draw a walk, so the bases are loaded for the catcher, Will Smith. 1-1 pitch to Smith, chopper up the middle. It's through the infield into center field for a base hit. One run's going to come around and score. The second one is coming as well, and the Dodgers take a 2-0 lead, capitalizing on the error. Cody Bellinger up next, though, will swing and miss a ball in the dirt, so that'll end the first, but the Dodgers do take the lead. And on the mound for them, it'll be the 2014 NL MVP, the 3-time NL Cy Young winner, Clayton Kershaw, who hasn't had the best season so far. Nick Madrigal will lead off for Chicago here today, wearing their City Connect Wrigleyville jerseys. I do like these jerseys a lot as you get back into the swing of things, as Madrigal pops up a 2-0 pitch into center field. That'll be the first out of the day. Let's take a look at the Chicago Cubs lineup. Just saw Madrigal. Next up, we'll see the other middle infielder, Nico Horner. Frank Schwindel at first, followed by Patrick Wisdom, who's hit .256 this past month. We're hoping he has a bigger step in May. Yan Gomes is behind the plate today, followed by Seiya Suzuki in right. Jonathan VR is your DH. Ian Happ in center, and Nelson Velasquez in left. Up next, Horner, 2-1 pitch. Goes after a high fastball. He's way late on it. Pop it into foul territory. An easy play for Max Muncy. Schwindel up next. Hits one into right field. Nice pitch to hit, but cannot connect. And the Chicago Cubs go down 1-2-3. How about top three now? Back with the Dodgers. Freeman lines one over the first baseman's glove into right field, so he gets on board, start the day. Then Max Muncy up next, 2-2 pitch, gets a splitter right down the middle, jacks it deep to left center. But this one will stay in the ballpark. Ian Happ is underneath it, so a loud first out, and Freddie will stay on first. Justin Turner up next, first pitch swing, and puts this one to right field. Is down. It is past the glove of Suzuki, who took a terrible angle to this one. Instead, it rolls all the way to the wall, and Freeman's going to come around and score. So 2 defensive mishaps today. Cubs got to get the glove on the ball and make some better plays. That one is not an error, but is a RBI double instead. Into the next batter, Will Smith jacks one deep left. No doubt about this one. Crushed to left field. A 2-run shot for Will Smith, his 6th home run of the season. RBIs 3 and 4 on the day, and the Dodgers are starting to pull away. Now 5-0 in favor of LAD. Next batter up, actually 2 batters later, it'll be Gavin Lux, who will chop this one over to shortstop. So this will end the inning, but the Dodgers do have a 5-0 lead. Speaking of 5, let's go bottom 5 now with the Chicago Cubs, where Yan Gomes will draw a leadoff walk. That'll put him on first base. Seiya Suzuki up next, gets a nice fastball to hit, pokes it into right, but it will be caught by Mookie Betts, so still can't get a hit. Cubs have been rendered hitless so far today. Even Jonathan VR is going to try to lay down a bunt to get a hit. He will not get it, but he will advance the runner to second base. Then I'll bring up Ian Happ. He's been our best hitter so far this season. He can't connect on the circle change. Cubs still hitless through 5 innings. Kershaw has been dominant. We are going to go into the top of the 6th where Eric Yardley will take the mound for the Chicago Cubs. A recent call-up just trying to fix the issue that has been our bullpen. He'll start off the day against Chris Taylor, who's 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts today. And Yardley gets him to ground out to third base and make it 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. Nice start to the day for Yardley. Gavin Lux up next. We'll look at strike 3. Sinker locks him up at the knees. Nice pitch by Yardley. Gets the first 2 batters. Trey Turner up next. 1-2. Chopper up the middle. But Turner's got elite speed, so he'll beat this one out. An infield single by Trey Turner as they'll put him on first base for Mookie Betts. And a pitch in the dirt. Turner with the elite speed again was just going to take seconds. That's what speed will get you. Just like that in scoring position, but it's not going to matter. Betts strikes out, and Yardley gets a nice top 6. We'll go bottom 6 now, see if the Cubs can get a hit. Nelson Velasquez will walk, so that'll put another runner on base for Chicago. For Nick Madrigal, who does get the first hit of the day, a double into right center. And this one's actually some trouble. Velasquez already rounded third. He's going to come home and score. It's an RBI triple for Madrigal that gets the Cubs on the board. They cut into the lead now 5-1 in favor of the Dodgers. Can they score more? Nico Horner up next. Chopper to the left side of the infield. Horner will be thrown out at first, but another run will come around and score. So the Cubs chipping away now. It's 5-2. How about Frank Schwindel up next? First pitch swinging. Chopper over short. Beautiful diving stop, but they can't get him. So a nice valiant effort, but it wasn't enough. And that will be ruled a base hit. Next up is a pop fly into right field. Wisdom as he pops out 2 Betts for the second out of the inning. How about Yan Gomes, the catcher now? 1-2. Pitch goes all the way to the backstop. That's going to allow the runner to move up to second. So another runner in scoring position. Inning not over just yet. Later in the at-bat, 3-2. Looks at strike 3. Backdoor slider gets Gomes looking. But the Cubs do push across 2, and they'll send us to the 7th inning where Michael Gibbons will be in charge of keeping this a 3-run deficit. First batter he sees those, Freddie Freeman, who takes a 2-1 slider that missed to deep right field. This one is back, and it is gone. Freddie Freeman, the former Atlanta Braves World Series champion, hits his 6th home run of the season. Michael Gibbons missed completely, and you can't do that against the former 2020 NL MVP. He will make you pay, and the Dodgers get one back now, 6-2. Next batter, Max Muncy, walks on 4 pitches, so Gibbons really struggling with that command. This is what's been the problem with the Cubs bullpen all season long, is that's a chopper to first. That will be an out, but the runner was going, so they can't get 2. So now runner on second, 1 out for Will Smith, who chops it again over to first, and this one is underneath the glove of Schwindel. Easy play that is not made. The second error today on him. You got to get better on defense. You cannot be making these mistakes. And now Cody Bellinger up the middle, base hit. Runner will score. It's now 7-2 in favor of the Dodgers. Still only 1 out, and that'll do it for Gibbons. David Robertson will come in out of the pen, just looking to stop this bleeding as he inherits those 2 runners on. Gets it to 2 outs, though. A pitch in the dirt. Runners are going to go. Not a good idea. This will end the inning. So Robertson does get out of it, but it's now 7-2 in favor of the Dodgers. And we'll go top 8 here where a walk will put Betts on base for Freddie Freeman. And he'll hit this one up the middle for a base hit. More trouble here for Chicago. As 2 outs but 2 runners on. And it's Max Muncy, first pitch swinging, jacking this one deep to right. And Seiya gets a glove on it, but he can't pull it in. Just another defensive play that could have been made. Instead, 2 more runs will come in, and the Dodgers lead this one at 9-2. Justin Turner up next will pop this one up into foul territory, so this will end the 8th inning. But the Dodgers with a 7-run lead. This one is all but over, and that will be your final. Dodgers beat the Cubs game 1 of this series 9-2. The pitching just couldn't get it done, as well as the defensive errors, and the offense really struggled. They did get 2 on the board, but he only had 4 hits all day. He had as many runs as errors. That's never going to be a good day. Dodgers 9 runs on 14 hits. Stroman the loss, Kershaw the win, and it was Freddie Freeman who got player of the game thanks to his honor. So Cubs, rough start to get back in the swing of things. We do have a trade going down as well. Very interesting trade. The Padres pick up Andrew Vaughn from the Chicago White Sox, a 73 overall, a potential outfielder. Don't know why the White Sox traded him. Yes, his career hasn't gone off to the best start, but you bring in Efrain Contreras, who is a C potential starting pitcher, and Tyler Malone, who's a C potential catcher. So Not quite sure why they did that, but nonetheless, we do come back and win game 2, 1-0. So speaking of the pitching, how about Hendricks coming in and pitching a complete game shutout? Very good job by him. We do lose game 3, the swing game 7-6. A very explosive 6th inning, but 3 home runs for the Dodgers was able to get them to win, as it looks like it was Yardley who got the loss, but it was a bad pitching performance all around. A couple more trades. Brewers and Marlins make one, as well as Phillies Astros. We'll look at the Phillies Astros trade. The Phillies get Chas McCormick, who could be some more outfield help for the Phillies. Astros, though, do get Bryson Scott, a B potential shortstop. So not a bad haul for McCormick, as the Astros have depth in the middle infield. We did DFA Drew Smyly when we were back last with this series, and I think we are just going to go ahead and release him. He is older, not really interested in keeping him at AAA, so we'll send Drew Smyly on his way. And we'll get into the second half of this episode. The Chicago Cubs now traveling to San Diego to face the 19-16 San Diego Padres, and it doesn't get any easier on the mound. Mike Clevenger takes the mound for the Padres, so how about that? My first 2 games back playing, I got to play Kershaw and Clevenger. Not an easy task at all. 1 out, make it 2 outs, grounder over to shortstop, so not a good start today for the Cubs. We'll take a look at their lineup in this matchup. It'll be Madrigal. We just saw Horner, who's gotten off to a really slow past 10 games. We need him to step back up, only hitting 105 in that span. Then we'll see Schwindel, Wisdom, Suzuki, Happen left field today. Ortega is in center, Wilson Contreras behind the plate, and Jonathan VR DH again in the 9 hole, but Schwindel will strike out swinging, and the Cubs go down 1-2-3. Alec Mills, the righty, will take the mound for Chicago. 5.40 ERA on the season through his 6 starts with a 180 whip. Not good start his season. Padres wearing their City Connects today as they get the teal, pink, and yellow. So some different looks for you guys in today's episode, as they'll start off their day with a Cronenworth pop-up. And speaking of Cronenworth, not been a good season for him. Hoping he can turn it around, but it'll be Trent Grisham followed by Fernando Tatis Jr., Will Myers in right, Nomar Mazar is your DH. Andrew Vaughn, the recently acquired player from the White Sox, is in left field. Then we'll see Jorge Alfaro, Jurickson Profar, and Ha-Seong Kim. Speaking of Tatis, he'll fly out to right, so the Padres go down 1-2-3. Not a bad start for the Cubs. We'll go bottom 3 now, still with the Padres. Here is Jurickson Profar hitting 290 on the season to begin the inning, and he's going to poke a sinker into left field that's going to get down and beat the shift. And usually when you beat the shift, you get rewarded with a stand-up double. So that'll put the first runner on for San Diego. How about Ha-Seong Kim up next? Hit it into right field. This one is going to be caught out there, and they will not test the arm of Suzuki. So Profar will stay on second for the top of the order. Cronenworth will hit this one to the right side of the infield. This time Schwindel flashing some Glover. Nice diving play. Gets the out. Hopefully he can step up that defense. 2 outs though, but the runner will score. Base hit up the middle by Trent Grisham, and the Padres are on the board first. Tatis up next. Runner's actually going to take off and steal on the first pitch, so Grisham gets second, 3rd stolen base of the season. Next pitch to Tatis, 1-0 count. Slider popped up into right. This one will be caught, so the Padres get one here in the 3rd and get on the board first. How about top 4 with the Cubs? See if they have any sort of answer for the Padres. It'll be Nico Horner leading off, who hits one into center field for a base hit. Next up, Frank Schwindel, 1-1 pitch, chops the changeup over to short. Can't get the double play, but they do get Schwindel at first. And that'll bring up Patrick Wisdom, who goes down swinging. So now the Cubs need a base hit to potentially tie the game. It's Seiya Suzuki, 1-2 pitch, gets it over to 3rd base though, and will be thrown out. So the Cubs don't answer in the top of the 4th. We'll go bottom 6. Fernando Tatis leading off for the Padres. 0-for-2 so far today, looking to keep it that way. He'll get a full count pitch, and he will look at ball 4. Slider too low in the dirt, and Tatis gets granted first base. Brings up Will Myers, 3-1 count. Chopper over to first, goes 3-6-3. This time Schwindel hits the throw, and we were rewarded with a double play. So a nice bounce back by the Cubs, but then Nomar Mazar up next, takes a sinker deep to right, misses the spot, and instead it is going out of the park. Mills so far today has not done a good job of hitting his spots, and this time he paid for it in the ultimate price. A solo shot by Nomar Mazar, his 4th home run of the season, and the Padres will push across another, and they'll make their lead now 2-0. Next batter, Andrew Vaughn, the recently acquired White Sox or left fielder from the White Sox, will end the innings. He pops up to a fellow left fielder in Ian Happ. But now the Cubs down 2-0 as we go top 7, trying to get any sort of runs on the board. Schwindel will lead us off with a base hit into left field, so hopefully it's the start the Cubs need. How about Patrick Wisdom? 0 for 2 on the day. He's actually going to get a base hit, so that'll make it 1 for 3 into right. And just like that, the Cubs with back-to-back singles are in business. Seiya Suzuki up next. Full count pitch. Gets a fastball, but pops it up into center field, where that one will be put away by Grisham, and the runners will hold at bay. Ian Happ, can you do something here? Full count, chopper over to second. Good pitch to hit. Instead, though, it's a 4-6-3 double play. Sometimes the ball just doesn't bounce your way. Bottom 7, Alex Mills still in the game as well. Starting off with Jorge Alfaro, who hit this one into right field and is off the glove of Suzuki. Defenders, we need to do some defensive practice. That one should have been an out. Instead, it's a runner on second, an E9 against Suzuki. And that'll bring up Jurickson Profar, who is 2 for 2 today with 2 doubles. The man you don't want at the plate right now. And he'll take no time hitting his first pitch, but it's over to Schwindel. But that will move the runner over to third. Where Ha-Seong Kim up next. Misses the spot as Mills. A hanging curveball is hit into right field. And the Padres will push across another, making it 3-0. And then Cronenworth up next will hit this one into the right center gap. This one is going to be trouble. Gets all the way to the wall. Kim rounding third base as we speak. Grisham's going to go to third of his own. And that's an RBI triple for the Padres. Now 4-0 in favor of San Diego. This one's starting to unravel. And that'll be it for Alec Mills. Michael Givens making another appearance, trying to hold that runner on third. His first batter is Trent Gearsum, who will ground out to second, but it will score the runs. And now 5-3 Padres. Tatis Jr. up next, 3-2, can't connect on the slider. The steroids won't help you hit that ball, as he strikes out 2 in the inning. We'll go to top 8, though, with the Cubs, see if they can get any sort of offense going, make this a ball game. As first, Ortega actually gets plunked. And that'll bring up Wilson Contreras, who hits one deep to left field. And this one is off of the wall. Ortega been on his horse. He's going to round third, aggressively go home, and it will pay off. The Cubs get their first run of the ball game here in the 8th. Thanks to the RBI double by Contreras, making it a 5-1 game. And that'll do it for Clevenger, who pitched a very good game up to this point. But the Padres will turn it over to Pierce Johnson after 7 1/3 innings. And Pierce Johnson will proceed to get the next 2 batters to fly out. And with score 5-1, that'll do it. The Padres walk away victorious in Game 1. Cubs offense was stagnant again. And the Padres are able to win Game 1 of this series. Clevenger will get the win. Loss will go to Mills. And it's 5 runs on 8 hits for the Padres is enough. And 1 run, 6 hits, and 1 error. Once again, when your runs and errors are the same number, that's never a good thing. Clevenger also gets player of the game thanks to his efforts as the Cubs once again struggle against San Diego. We'll jump into the second game of the series where we do actually win 12-2, so the offense came alive. Gomes with 5 RBIs in this game. Tatis did have a home run. I'm sure it wasn't those steroids that helped hit that one. But we do lose Game 3, so again, dropping another series 3-2 to the Padres. So we sit 14-22 on the season. Not a good start, as Stroman didn't have a good start in his own right. But we do have a day off for the Cubs. So I think it's time we go recheck in with the minor league team, see how they're doing. And maybe it'll be a prospect spotlight. Maybe we'll actually go more in depth. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I haven't decided yet. If you did enjoy it, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.